It's an impressive milestone for a popular diner in Northport, Long Island, celebrating its 100th year in the business. John Diaz gave us a look inside and introduces us to some of the most supportive customers.
89-year-old Barbara Blair could easily find a more quiet place to start her morning, but reading a book at the counter of the Shipwreck Diner with the soundtrack of eggs getting cooked is how she enjoys it. She doesn't miss a day.
Every day, probably 15 years.
And orders the same thing, oatmeal and fruit, served to her by waiters and waitresses who have become her friends.
If I don't come, they'll worry.
The Shipwreck Diner, located on Main Street in Northport, Long Island, is full of loyal customers. It comes with the territory when you've been around for 100 years. Wishing the diner well on their centennial is Jean Guido, who is almost as old. She's 95.
My favorite diner.
Throughout the years, the diner has had several owners. The newest one bought it just 2 years ago.
It's a locals place. I've got 8,000 friends now that I try to know all their names.
He's well aware of the diner's long-standing legacy.
It started back in 1924 as a train car.
The train car was then brought to Main Street on tracks that, while out of service now, are still there.
Smaller wooden building was taken down, and there was an empty spot there. So they just wheeled it right in. It fit perfectly, and they left the wheels on it.
While one of those wheels is on display in the town's museum, the others are still under the diner, helping to literally support a century of happy customers. From Northport, Long Island, John Diaz, CBS News, New York.
Now listen to this. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, only about 0.5% of all companies last 100 years. Congratulations.